Hey, it's Elizabeth here, and I am doing a video response to a question I had from one of my lovely subscribers on YouTube about how I go about putting clip art into my Fauxbonichis. Now, here, sorry about the lighting. I don't have the fancy schmancy, setup, so I'm going to do the best that I can do. This is my November-December book. I use a lot of clip art, okay? These Jeremys here are clip art. This is clip art. This is clip art. This meme is clip art. This meme is clip art. This is clip art. I use a lot of clip art. This is clip art. These here are clip art. This here is clip art, clip art, clip art. The things up at the top here, the bed, the ice pack, the heating pad, the cartoon, all clip art. I choose to use clip art to, whoops, look what happened there. I use clip art to illustrate, I'm guessing is the correct word, my Fauxbonichi. And this is how I do it. I use a program called Microsoft Publisher. I'm on a regular PC. I'm not on a Mac or Apple product. I use Publisher, Microsoft Publisher. You can do the same exact thing on Microsoft Word as well. So whatever I tell you here, you can do the same thing on Microsoft Word or whatever program you have through Microsoft. The reason I like clip art so much is because I do not care to draw in my Fauxbonichi. It's not that I don't care to draw. I just don't enjoy drawing in my Fauxbonichi. I don't know. If I'm going to draw or do something more arty, I do that in a separate journal. But I do enjoy using clip art in my Fauxbonichi because you can basically type, and I use Google, you can use Chrome, you can use, I think I'm using Internet Explorer, I don't know, but you go to Google and you can type in any like emotion that you have or any thought that you have, anything you want, you can type into Google and images will come up abounding. I mean, there's a plethora of images. I don't know what these lines are. It's just something that happens when you're filming on a computer screen, so I don't know. And disclaimer, okay, right from the get-go, I am not tech savvy at all. I am an old dog. I do not enjoy new tricks. And so I have a regular PC and I have a printer. That's it. I don't have the special gadgets. I don't have the special, what are they called? Like those, oh gosh, what are they called? Like the selfies printer or the logo, whatever that camera thing is, or the, what's the other one? The little Polaroid one, those are all great things. And, I love seeing other people on YouTube use them. I don't know. I have a hard time letting go of $1. I don't know what to tell you. So yeah, I use what I have, and I have a computer and I have a printer, and that's all I need. So for my clip art, I do Google. Some people use Pinterest. You can use it on basically anything. So I'm going to show you how to do some of the things. Okay, so let's see. Yesterday was Veterans Day. Okay, and I have here, I printed out some of the clip art from my page that I'm going to do from yesterday. And it was Veterans Day, and here are some of the things, the places that I went to, because I did happen to go out and about. Yay me, I got in the car and I actually drove by myself. So I went to Dollar Tree, Michael's, and Bed Bath & Beyond. Now, I just don't care to draw those things in my book. And I think that pictures are just, I don't know, like they make it prettier for me, I guess. Like, it's just the way that I choose to illustrate my journal. Okay, so I go to Google. So let's just say that I want to do the Dollar Tree icon, whatever it's, whoops. Let's spell correctly here. That might work. So Dollar Tree clip art. Okay, here's a little thing too that I need to tell you about. Whenever you're typing in to look for clip art, whatever emotion you're feeling, whatever thought you want, whatever picture you want, always add clip art to the end, because unfortunately, I've learned the hard way that you can't just type in a word or a phrase without clip art, because you will come up with things that cannot be unseen. Okay? We're talking the World Wide Web here, and so you just never know what's going to come up. So my advice is to always put clip art at the end. So we're going to click on clip art. And then right here you see it says web, images, shopping. I hope you can see that little arrow or hand or whatever it is. News, maps, more, blah, blah, blah. The web is going to show you stuff on the web, articles, whatever, blah, blah, blah. We want images because we want clip art. So you click on the images, and there you have it right here. Second row, second column in is the Dollar Tree icon. You're going to right click on that, because each mouse has a left clicker and a right clicker. You're going to right click on it, and up comes a menu selection. You're going to go to copy, and you're going to click copy, and then you're going to go to your document that you've opened, which I've opened in Publisher, Microsoft Publisher, but you could easily do this in Microsoft Word. Let me just scoot. Whoops, hello. Let me just scoot this over here. Okay. Then once you get onto your page, okay, you have margins up here, and my margins are just set at 1 inch, but you can change them to make your margins larger so that you have more white space to work with. I'm not going to go into that right now, but anyhow, so here's my publisher page right here. I'm going to right click, and I'm going to click paste. Oh, what happened? Come on. Ay, Elizabeth, really? You have no idea how many times I've tried. Okay, so I just cut that out. Let's go back to the Google Images. We're going to left click on that. We're going to right click on the picture. We're going to click copy. We're going to go down here to my document. We're going to right click. We're going to click paste. There it is. Okay, so we clicked paste, and there it is. So here is the image. Don't worry about this bar right here. This is all about like contrast, more contrast, less contrast. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff, in my opinion. Another disclaimer. I am not a professional at anything, unless you consider cleaning toilets a profession, which, of course, some people do, and I'm sure they do well at their job. But I'm not a professional. I'm sure there are easier ways to do this. There are more simplified ways to do this. There are more economical ways to do this. I don't know, but I am an old dog. So, like I said, I use what I have. I have a computer and I have a printer, and that's good enough for me. So here we are on the Dollar Tree picture. Now, let me enlarge this. See, you go up here to the plus sign, and it enlarges it. Now, if you can see the little like arrows thing, and I'm so sorry about those lines going up. Like, I don't know what those are. It just happens when you're filming on a computer screen. I don't know. So if you want to enlarge or make smaller the picture, the clip art that you're using, here's another tip. Do not use the top, the bottom, the right, or the left. And I'm going to show you close up what happens. If you want to enlarge the picture, let's say, okay, so you go to the bottom thing right here, you left click on it and you just drag it down. That just makes it tall and skinny Dollar Tree, okay? So I'm going to go up here to the undo button. What the undo button does is it undoes whatever you just did and it takes it back to the regular proportion of the original photo. If you take this and you want to make it bigger, you go out this way. It makes a fat Dollar Tree. You don't want that either. So you go click undo. Okay. If you want to enlarge a picture of clip art, always go to the corners. Okay, because when you enlarge it or make it smaller, it's going to keep the proportions the same. Okay, so I'm going to go back up here and I'm just going to make this, like, zoom it out a little bit so you can see. So I'm going to the corner here and I'm going to enlarge this. There it is. Okay, the proportions are the same. There's no skinny Dollar Tree. There's no fat Dollar Tree. It's just a regular old Dollar Tree. And the proportions have stayed the same. Now, my book is a regular composition book, which is about 7.5 inches by 8.5 inches, I think. Don't worry about this over here. Like I said before, just X that out so it doesn't distract you. And so there, we have enlarged the Dollar Tree. Now, up here, let me see, up here, okay, across the top, whoops, let's just see if I can do this properly. No, I can't. Okay, there's my arrow. So across here is your ruler for the top, and the ruler down here, over here, for the left-hand side. So if you hover over the picture and you get the little cross marks, okay, it'll show you over here where you're at, all right? So let's move this up here to 3 inches just to make it even. Whoops, let me move it over. Oh, now I'm down. Ay, golly day. Okay, so we started at 3 inches here, and then if we just hover down to here, where are we? Right here, okay? It's actually 1 3/4 is going to be the size of it. Now, it looks bigger than that because I've zoomed in, okay? So let's zoom out to the regular picture, okay? So this right here is going to be approximately 1 3/4 inches tall. And then if we go over here and we look up at the top here, okay, it's at 1 inch, and we go over here to the side and it's 3 inches. So it's essentially 2 inches, right? So this square right here is going to be 1 3/4 by long, you know, this way going up and down, 1 1/4 by 2 inches, okay? So that will fit into your Fauxbonichi. Okay, or you can make it smaller, you can, you know, whatever you want. But like I said, always whenever you're enlarging or downsizing, you want to go to the corners because that's going to keep the proportions of the picture correct, okay? So there's that. Let's see what else we can put on here. So I go back to here. I go up to Google, I keep the clip art in there, and let's see, what is something else that I use quite frequently? Couches, because my husband and I both suffer from chronic illness. So does my daughter, but yeah, we both suffer from chronic illness. So either he has couch days or I have bed days, all right? So couch clip art, let's see what we find there. So we click on that. We're still on images here, okay? Because we want a photo. You know, we want clip art. We don't want, like, web things about couches. Okay, so then I just click on whatever photo looks like my couch or any couch or whatever you want. And they have ones that are colored in. So if you're working in a color scheme, you can pick one of the colored ones. If you're not working in a color scheme and you want to color in your own, then you just click black and white. You can also put in here couch clip art black and white, and it'll just show you black and white photos of things. Okay, so let's just say this kind of looks like my couch. So I'm going to right click on it. I'm going to go to copy and left click on copy. And then I'm going to go to my publisher and I'm going to right click on the page anywhere. And I'm going to click paste. And it's going to paste it, which it did not paste. So let's try that again. We're going to cut that out. We're going to go back to the Google. We're going to, let's just click it. Let's do it this way. So we click on the image. Then you go to the bigger image. You right click on it. You click copy. You go to your publisher document or your Word document, whichever. And you click paste. And there it is, okay? Now, look how humongous that couch is, okay? That is not going to fit on my page, or it's going to suck up so much room on my page that I'm not going to have room to journal. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use the top, the bottom, the left, or the right. I'm only going to use the corners to change the size. So I want to make this smaller. So I'm going to click on it, left click on the corner dot, and you're just going to drag it up, okay, to whatever size you want. Now, I always try to keep in mind again that my book is 7.5 by 8.5 roughly, and so I don't want my pictures to be huge, you know. I want to have room to journal because, hello, it's a journal. So, that looks about good to me. And let's see, that starts at 1 inch and it goes to 3¼ inches. So it's actually 2¼ inches because remember, we still have the inch margin here, which you can change, but I'm not going to get into that. And then this here, let's just get to like an even number. Oh no. Okay, wait a minute here. All right, I'm going to move it down to 5. So we've got here, we've got 5 inches and it goes to like roughly 6.5, or I'm sorry, not 6.5. Ugh. Okay, so we started at 5. So it's 1.5 inches long. Okay, 1.5 inches long by 2¼ wide. Okay, so that would fit in my book and I would still have room to journal around it. Okay, so excuse me, there's Fred. He says hello. And so that's how I do that. Now, if you want to, let's say I want a quote, okay? So let's just type in hope, hope quote. Okay, like I want, you know, I'm feeling hopeful, and because that's my name, Never Hopeless. So I'm feeling hopeful, and I want a hope quote clip art. Boy, say that 5 times fast. So we search that, okay, on Google. And here you have faith, hope, love, hope, a cute, that would be adorable. Let's use that one. But anyway, you have always, like, never lose hope. All of these different things. Okay, so let's click this one. We're going to click that one, left click it. We're going to right click it. We're going to go to copy. Then we're going to go back down to our opened publisher document. We're going to right click. We're going to click paste, and there it is. Oh my gosh, it's covering up my Dollar Tree. What do I do? All I do is I left click it and move it to where I want it to go. Okay? Then I check the measurements because I gotta, you know, make sure that it's gonna fit on the page and not take up too much room. Okay? And you can do that with anything. All right? Now, let's just try one more thing so that I can show you something. I use a lot of chef things because my husband loves to cook, and so I put my menu for the week a lot of times in my book. So let's see. What did I type in before? Menu, clip art, maybe. Don't forget the clip art because, again, You cannot unsee what you've seen. So, menu clip art. Okay, so here it comes up, okay? There's my little dude that I always use to put my menu on, okay? Now, if you can see closely, let me click on him. So you see a little bit closer, he has a little bit of a watermark on him. That's fine, okay? For me, personally, that's fine. It's actually by somebody called C. Martini Graphics, and he gives his website here. Now, because it has a watermark, it means it's copyrighted, which is fine. And like, see this up here, it has a larger watermark on it, or a harder, I don't know how you explain it. It just is more visible. So I wouldn't use something like that, just because when I print it out, the watermark's going to be a little bit more visible. So I go down here and I right click on my little chef dude, and I click copy on the left mouse thing. I click copy. I go to my publisher document. I right click on the page anywhere and I click paste. Whoa, he came out humongous. Okay. So I'm going to make him smaller. So I go to the corner and I just drag it up to however big or however small I want it, depending on the dimensions of my page. And then there he is. Okay, and then you just click them right in place. Now here, like when you have the arrow, when you hover over the picture, you have the arrow, you can move him anywhere you want. Okay, you just left click it and drag it anywhere you want to drag it. Okay, now again, with the watermark thing, there are copyright laws, obviously, and rules. To my knowledge, and I'm not a lawyer, I don't play one on TV, but to my knowledge, as long as you're not selling the item, you're able to use clip art in anything that you do, as long as it's for personal use. So that's how I do it. So I go through in the mornings usually, or whenever I have time, I go through and I search Google. You can search anything you want. Sometimes on Pinterest, you can do the same exact thing. You just right click on the image and and then you go to copy, and then you go to your document and you click paste, and there it shows up. Okay. And then once you're done with whatever the things are that you want in your book, you print it out. You simply print it out. Okay. Now there's a lot of white space, which is, a lot of people would think it's wasteful, and it is. There are times where I save up and I do a whole page of clip art. Okay. And then I use it in my book. One of the great ideas that I learned from Felicia, Mouse Potato Designs, was actually for stickers. Like, you go to the Dollar Tree and you get, sorry for the glare, and you get these they're photo albums, okay? And they have little sleeves in them. Now, you can store your stickers in them, of course, but what I also do is I store my clip art. So whatever clip art that I have used in the past or whatever, or I print it out, okay? And obviously I haven't used it because it's still in my book, but this is for my Calgon Take It Away days. That's my bathtub. So I have that for later use. This would be a frustration day, okay? And I simply type in frustration in the Google, and up he'll come in a plethora of other things that are frustrated, people that are frustrated. Lawn mowing, okay? Ambulance, that's not a good one. Okay, so what I do is when Posca markers, laundry ones, chef, butterfly, a bunch of different things. So whenever I have something that I want to print out on clip art, okay, and if I happen to not use it that day, or I think, oh, something else happened and, I want to use something different, I always save those images, because there's going to be another day that I might need, well, hopefully I won't need the ambulance one, but, I will definitely need the frustration one, and I will need the Calgon Take Me Away bathtub one. So I keep those just in case I need them for other projects. And there is a girl on YouTube, Josie Rivera, and I'll remember to link her below. She has like a notebook that she keeps hers in, and she uses these like plastic like baseball cards or something like that to keep her little clip arts in. So when she sees things online, then she can go ahead and copy and paste them and print them out and keep them for future reference or for other things she wants to do. So that is my tutorial. And I know it has taken up 25 plus minutes of your day that you will never get back. But I do hope that it helped you out, Mammy or Mamey. Please help me with your name. And I hope this helped you to understand how to use clip art in your book. Again, everyone's book is different. I prefer to use clip art simply because I'm lazy. I don't know how else to put it. I'm lazy, okay? So this is what I do. I search online for whatever it is. It can be anything. It can be an emotion. It can be, like, let's see, another thing that I use. I don't want to make this too much longer because I know you guys are probably like, oh my gosh, let it end, Elizabeth, let it end. A lot of times I put in like the things that I like to watch on Netflix, okay? So please don't forget to put clip art in here, okay? Clip art, is that spelled right or what? I don't know. Okay. Netflix clip art. There you have it, okay? So or if you do Instagram photos, there's a whole thing of Instagram photos, Netflix, movies, if you're having a movie night, all kinds of different things, and you just scroll down and you pick the one that you like and you post it to you copy and paste it to your, publisher page. And there you have it. You have a whole page of icons or whatever you want to call them, pictures, illustrations that you can use to express your emotions, what you're doing that day, places you visited that day, anything. I mean, anything. The world is your oyster as far as clip art is concerned. And I use it all the time in my books because, again, I'm like a 5-year-old. I like to cut and paste. It's easier for me. Again, I'm an old dog. I don't like new tricks. I don't care to draw or illustrate my own art. So it's just easier for me to go in here and pick something out. Okay. You can even do it for, let's see, you can even do it for, I'm not even going to add clip art. You can even do it for books that you've been reading. Okay. So whoops, I'm dyslexic when it comes to computers. Okay. Objects of wrath. Wrath. Okay. So let's see what that brings up. Ooh, okay. Objects of wrath. Now, the only reason I picked this is because my husband's cousin wrote it. But I did read it, and it's a great book, so check it out. Give him a little plug. But yeah, so you can even, whatever books you're reading, you can go on and type in the title of the book, and there you have the cover jacket, So all you simply do is right-click it, click copy, go to your publisher document, right-click, paste it, please work, and there you have it, okay? Now, it's humongous, okay, and it would suck up my entire page, so I want it a lot smaller. I go to the corner. Never go top, bottom, left, right. Never do that because it'll change the proportion of the picture. So you go to the corner, you just bloop, drag it, and there you have it. A little Objects of Wrath, a little book that you're reading, if that's what you want to put in there. So there you have it. I really hope this helped you out. I really do. I know it's like basic, computer 101, but again, I'll say it for like, I don't even know, the 5th time. I'm an old dog. I have a computer. I have a printer. That's all I need. I don't have any of the special, gadgets. I don't even own a smartphone. So I don't take pictures with a smartphone. I don't have those special, gadgets or whatever to print pictures and all that kind of stuff. And I print it on regular copy paper and I cut it out and I stick it in. So let's just look right here on some of my things. Like this page here, I looked up ketchup and that's what I found and I printed it out. I looked up a couch. I printed it out. I looked up the YouTube. Oh, something beeped. I don't know. I hit something. Uh-oh. I'm hitting something. Okay. I hit the YouTube and got this, little thing. I hit Netflix. I got that. Okay. That's just some artwork I did. Those are some photocopies and some drawings, and those are some photos I had done. But I do use Clipart in most of my pages. I love it. I don't know where I'd be without it because I do not enjoy drawing. So this is a wonderful, alternative. That's the word I'm looking for. It's a wonderful alternative to putting art in your book and illustrating what your feelings are, what you're doing, where you've been, all of those different things, and you can simply just copy and paste straight from Google, straight from Pinterest, straight from basically anything that you see. All you have to do is right click on it and see if there's a copy button, copy it and paste it to a document. That's all there is to it. Easy peasy, simple. So again, you know how much I love repeating myself. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helps some of you out. And I hope that you'll consider including clip art in your Fauxbonichi because I really love it. I think it's great. I think it's easy. It's simple. And for those people like me who don't feel confident in their drawing skills, you can just use a piece of clip art and the point comes across, the point you want to make, the emotion you feel, where you went that day, whatever the case is. So again, I'm sorry this is so long because you know how much I love to ramble, but I hope it answered your question, Miss Brown. And yeah, so I think I'm done with this and I hope it helped again. And yeah, simple way of adding color and adding artwork and adding your emotions and what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what you're doing, all of that stuff, what you're reading, what you're watching, whatever you're doing, you can find it on Clipart. So give it a try. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you try it and have a great day. Thanks a lot.